oi.
We're on. Here we go.
How we doing, fellas?
Oi, oi.
Good.
Very well.
Tell you what, this is a special episode for a few different reasons. Firstly, we'll say because we've got our good pal James Burton here.
Hello.
And secondly, it's basically the day before the Euro.
I was going to say the
Final.
World Cup there.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not the World Cup, Mark.
No.
Next year, Mark.
Next year, Mark, come on.
We've started this football episode very well, Mark.
Yeah. Well, me being here, it's not going to be very
Big
well.
though,
anyway.
mate. You know what I mean? Still
Yeah, it's still good.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big. So, I mean, firstly, what's our predictions?
Got to win it, haven't we?
Well, I hope
100%.
that Italy win. But for
Whoa, hang on
hang
a
on
minute.
a minute.
Whoa.
you haven't heard me reasons.
Why?
There's no reason
There's
that,
no
like,
fucking
there's
reason
no
that-
good can come
Because
from it. Out.
if England win,
Yeah.
then
Then
I have
what?
to get a mullet and dye my hair
So fuck.
blonde.
You should
Yeah,
embrace
you should be
it.
proud of that.
Yeah, but I want to grow my hair out.
Nah, you're not having it.
I think you'd suit a mullet, me. I can't believe
Well,
I'm
that's by the
already.
by, really.
Yeah.
That's what.
Blonde one as well.
By the by.
By the
Is
by.
it by the by?
I thought it was by
Part of the
Dubai.
by.
Oh, was it by Dubai? That's not by Dubai, is it?
It's by Dubai.
Could be Badi by Italy tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Fucking
thought it was
see you
by the
later.
by.
Arriva. Arriva Verducci.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tara. Tara.
But no, I do hope England win. But
Yeah,
for the reason
I'm
of
not
my
editing
hair,
that out either.
No, just leave it
Yeah.
in. Let,
Yeah,
let the
just
hate.
clip it.
Let the hair
Fucking.
come.
I
I'll
hope
repeat
Italy
it.
win.
Repeat it.
Yeah, on repeat.
That's going to be the advert. I hope Italy
Fucking
win.
Photoshop a little pizza next to it.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine by me. Just yeah.
I told Mark to speak more on this, and that we've opened.
That's not.
Oh,
yeah.
kind of worms.
Fuck off, Mark. I didn't mean that, Mark. So, Bertie, you were at the
I
semi-final.
was at the semi-final, yes. Wow. What a
Yeah.
night.
How was the atmosphere?
Mate, what a time to be alive.
Fucking.
It was incredible. It was incredible. Especially after everything what's been going on, and we haven't seen crowds or anything like that for ages, you know what I mean? So to be there in that type of environment after the past year and a half we had,
Yeah.
something else, man.
Because what I
Something
even
else.
saw from like videos and photos, like the walk up to Wembley, like because you all have to go in tears, don't you?
Well,
So it's
what-
almost like a big queue
What
going
they
up
do,
to
right, they give you entry times on your ticket, but they're not very stringent. People aren't really sticking to them. So they give you a slot, they give you half an hour slot, which I think tries to stagger it, but when everyone's had a drink and that, it was sticking to
because
the
it
slot.
looks like a mini festival leading up.
Mate,
really.
it was unbelievable. Coming out that tube station, and then you walk out that tube station, and then you look straight down Wembley Way, and it was just full all the way down.
Yeah.
Sun was shining. Honestly,
Fucking
the atmosphere was
Goosebumps.
Yeah,
It looks,
goosebumps.
looks fucking off it. Like I seen like a photo and it was like looking out at like the tube station and there was like fireworks coming off and I was watching it and there was just a sea of people and I was thinking
It was
like teasing my eyes looking
Oh,
at it. I
yeah.
was thinking, fuck
Mate,
it,
I
no.
welled up a few times, me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A
it's
few
mad.
times I got emotional. 'Cause
Mint, man.
for people like us who grew up in this country, football, it's more than football, it's life, innit?
Yeah.
Every 2 years, we've sat there and watched England play a tournament, and every 2 years, we've been absolutely gutted, haven't we?
We're in tears for a
In
different
tears,
reason.
you build it up and you build it up and you go, this is our year, and you get this bit of hope in you, and every time they let it down. But sometimes it's like penalties or goals that have been disallowed or things that when it hasn't gone our way. So
Oh, it's always shit. It's like Mike Bassett, man.
Oh,
It's like
mate.
we go through with 0-0 draws, and then we get knocked out on penalties.
Oh, mate,
There's no excitement
that's the thing,
generally.
we never actually play well either, or very rarely.
Nah.
Very rarely we played well. So this
Close to the mic.
very rarely have we played well. This tournament has been refreshing. We've actually played good football. I'd say the two best teams are in the final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I would say the two best teams in the final.
I think
definitely.
a lot of other countries are going to agree with that as well.
Yeah,
Because we have played the
we played very good football. So
Yeah.
have Italy. So have Italy.
Just getting excited again, man. It's just like we've never felt like this in fucking
ages,
ages.
man.
It doesn't matter what happens now. Like just getting to the final and that excitement we've had, it's fucking mint.
See, we got to the semis at the World Cup, right? But for me, I wasn't overly impressed with how we were playing. It wasn't exhilarating. We lost twice to Belgium. We got beat by Croatia, and we drew against Colombia.
Yeah.
That's what we beat them on penalties. But in reality,
shite.
we did shite. Yeah, we
Yeah,
beat Sweden, Panama, and who was the other one that we managed? Slovakia or one of them ones?
Yeah,
that we beat?
Yeah.
Slovakia, yeah.
We
yeah.
beat three shit teams basically, and we managed to wing our way to a semi-final where we didn't really play that great. Do you know what I mean? So
Definitely not.
What was this? The World Cup?
the World
Yeah.
Cup,
Cup, yeah.
but 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
So it kind of papered over the cracks, but still it was progress. We got to a semi-final. But this time we've actually played football, do you know what I mean? We've
Teams.
dominated teams. We've looked like we haven't even conceded a goal in open play.
Yeah.
It's been
Like,
unbelievable.
I've always watched England and I thought, why did England not fucking like dominate teams. We've got the best players in the
Why don't
world.
they play like they do for the clubs?
Yeah. Why did
always-
That's
we
correct.
dominate
Yeah,
Europe?
this is probably the first time in about 20 odd years we've seen them play just as good for England.
It's
as they
usually
do the
laboured
club.
in it, slow build up,
Yeah.
pass it back
Back to the
pass it
keeper.
sideways, back to the keeper,
Yeah.
no urgency, and you're so frustrating watching it. You're like
Yeah.
pulling your hair out. Yeah, not this part of the Scotland game. Scotland game was a bit
Yeah.
like that.
That was
Scotland, yeah.
fuck me. It was like made your eyes bleed, didn't it?
I just thought, oh fuck it, here we go again. That
Yeah.
first game was a fluke. Second game in, there's our true colours.
Now it comes out. Yeah,
Now it comes
that's what
out,
I
yeah.
thought as well.
But now they've pulled back round well since then. Mint.
Where have you been watching them? Obviously, you've been down there.
I went to that one at the semi-final. The one before, I was in Horton Club, and we had a big inflatable screen and a projector, and we just hired the back room out in Horton Club.
Mint.
Made it our own. Yeah, it was good. And before that, every other match I've watched at home.
Yeah.
I've actually got a funny story, right? So for the Germany match, my mate Coco, I'm going to grass him right up here. He was like,
We'll tag him in it.
he tag him in this because he deserves to be held accountable for these actions because this was criminal. So he's a member at Darton Golf Club, right? And he says, I've been watching the matches in the golf club. You should come down. It's sound. There's no one else there. It's just us lads. We have it all ourselves. He said, do what we want. Service is rapid. He said, big screen and all that. I said, go on then, mate. I'll come down for the semi-final. I said, what's the tech setup like? Is it decent? Oh, yeah, sound. Big screen, everything. You'll love it. I got there, mate. Sat outside for a little drink. I said, do I need to pop in and check this setup? He went, no, trust me. It's absolutely sound. I went, no worries. 20 minutes before kick-off, I've walked into the bar to check the setup. I nearly died, right?
18-inch TV.
Yeah, standard definition.
We don't deal in SD no more.
Who does SD?
Fucking hell.
Do
You
you
get better than
when you
that,
go
do
around
you?
someone's house and they've got BBC but not the HD channel on and they sat watching it and you go,
Even the free channels
yeah,
have
how
HD
can
now.
you not tell that
That's
that's
for fucking
shit?
free.
Yeah. So I walked in, standard definition on the oldest projector I've ever seen. It didn't even fit the screen. Do you know what I mean? The score and that was going to be off the top of the screen, and there was no volume, right? Or it was very minimal volume. So I've said to the woman behind the bar, listen, I can forgive the dodgy screen. What's the turn it up so I can see what it's like when it's turned up. She went, oh, that is turned up. The speakers are broke. Mate, the room was empty. You couldn't hear it.
You need some bass, like, don't you?
Yeah.
Sound is just as important as visuals for creating the vibe. In the football, you need
So much important.
Massive. You want fucking God Save the Queen reverberating through you. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Getting you in
you
the
do.
mood.
You need that rumble of bass when the
Mate,
fucking...
I was mortified, so I've run outside. I've caught. I said, I can't watch the match in here, mate. Are you mental? I said, this is the biggest match of my life. I said,
How many lads were there as
There was
well?
about
loads?
15, 20 all sat outside.
Oh, criminal.
Oh,
Every one of them.
I said, you
Yeah.
actually think that's all right? She went, you've got it's sound. I said,
not
mate,
sound.
it's not sound. I said, I'm sorry. I said, but I can't watch this here. I said, it's going to ruin the experience for me. And I had to fucking fly home. I had 20 minutes to get myself home to watch the match.
Probably, definitely better option.
Oh, absolutely, mate. There was no way I could have experienced it like that.
Mark, where you been watching? You going round your mates, haven't you?
Yeah. Going
Yeah.
around with mates. I was
been
been
going
coming
Avalon.
around, man. Yeah, going Avalon every night.
Mark's been in Avalon with all the kids.
Yeah.
No.
Tried
good
hard
man.
his
Can't
little
remember the last
tramp
time
With
I
his
was in
shirt
Avalon.
off, with his England
Tried
flag.
his fucking.
Yeah.
He's got an England flag shaved into his chest there now.
He tried to fucking. Go on.
No, it's not going to be
Get it out.
Oh,
Quick
yeah,
one,
no.
quick one.
There might be
Quick
kiddies
flash.
watch this.
He tried hard, didn't he? The little stamp on his hand.
Oh, yeah. He come in one day.
No, what happened
No,
was...
listen.
No, right, what happened was I went around me mate's house and his kids have them dot pens or
It's not even
stamp
believable
pens.
already, is it?
Is
And
it
they
fucking?
start
It was a
stamping
full-on
it.
stamp, like a tramp stamp, like.
Really wasn't. No,
It was.
But
And I asked him, he got all nervous and that.
no, it didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Been drinking home. He's not having it, is he?
want to
No, definitely not.
Jay's asking him to get his fucking chest hair out,
Yeah,
and he
no.
said drinks in Avalon.
What's wrong with
I'm
Avalon?
s-
Just out of curiosity.
Well, nothing in particular. No, nothing.
I quite
It's
like it.
just-
Avalon.
it's going out.
It's just not Mark's vibe.
Yeah, it's going out in general.
They don't
Well,
serve
no,
When I used to
stout.
go out,
Peanut butter
There's no
stout.
peanut butter stout.
when I used to go out, Saturday night in Avalon was probably my favourite.
Yeah.
To be fair,
The best
Yeah.
Avalon.
because
Indie
it was,
night.
yeah, it was like good music
Yeah.
and that, like my
Tweed
sort of
jackets and
vibe.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there in the back
Jackets.
with me. Can't remember what they used to serve there. Shipyard. I think that was the
What,
that
you
your-
go
was
on a
that your
night out?
beverage of choice?
Yeah.
Shipyard?
On a night out, you drinking ale
Shipyard. Yeah, I think that was
What?
the one.
all night.
Yeah, well,
Ales.
aye.
Not
If
when-
they
not when he's-
served,
not when
if
he's
they
with us.
served it, yeah,
He
well.
has to drink vodka when he's with us. You've been out for a couple and been in for a couple.
Yeah, out for one. One's
Yeah.
enough. In for the rest.
I've stayed
You have a
in
good
for
time,
three
like
of them.
Jay, yeah?
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard. Like.
No comment.
I think everyone knows about that anyway.
Oh, it's fucking man.
Very excitable man. Especially when football's involved.
Very excitable, hostile man.
Very.
Actually, yeah, but was it only... It was about a year ago when you got excited at the last football event, wasn't it? Darling match.
Oh, Darlow match.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Darlow. I'll
Been
get banned
over
from
a year
Darlow,
ago,
no
wasn't
problem.
it?
Fuck Darlow.
Was it over a year?
Well, yeah, we've been in lockdown
well
for
over
a
a year.
year.
It was about
Yeah.
4 years ago, wasn't it?
Was it?
Well, 4 years ago.
Football does funny things, you though, doesn't it?
It does.
It
That's
sends your
it.
emotions crazy.
Do you know what we've been talking about as well? Is how bipolar fans are.
Yeah.
So like at the start in the group stages, right? We wanted Southgate out. Kane and Sterling were the worst players we've
Yeah, they
ever
were,
seen.
yeah, absolutely.
Now Southgate's up for knighthood, and Harry Kane's the best striker that England's ever had.
Big fucking Sir Gareth.
Do you know what I mean? You
Sir
go from
Gareth.
one to the other. It's
Do you know what it
class.
is? I've got to eat my words about Sir Gareth because
Yeah.
I was calling him up and down the first 2 team selections, I think even the first 3. Even that one against Germany, when he had 5 at the back and 2 defensive midfield. Hey, what the fuck is he doing? And you know what it is? I'll hold my hands up, I've got to eat my words. The man's a genius, isn't he?
It is. The man's a genius.
The man's a genius. Master
The man is a
tactician.
genius.
Master tactician.
He deserves his knighthood, man.
He does,
Oh,
man.
mate.
Fucking
But
Sir
it's class, man. I was calling Kane up and down, Sterling. That one goal Kane got, now he has turned around. He's one of the best players in the tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
He's fucking class.
Best striker in the world.
Yeah, but it's. I just love how
Fickle.
how
how fickle
bipolar we
people
are. Yeah,
It's
it's
mad,
brilliant, man.
So when you
Yeah.
watch England games, do you sing the national anthem or not?
If I knew all the words, I would.
Depends if I've been drinking.
I sing the chorus.
I've
might-
sang
I might
it
hum it.
every time, and on my chest.
Hand on your chest, yeah.
Every time.
Yeah,
Not sing it, no?
yeah, I try.
I don't know. There's like
What do you mean by you try?
I just sing the chorus.
Oh, you don't know the rest of the words?
Not really. No.
I don't know the
Quite
what's it,
easy,
the-
like.
Does it
the-
have a
the last
chorus?
bit.
God save our queen.
God save the
Well,
Queen.
yeah,
is the-
that's like the main
That's
word.
the hook,
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah, the
I
hook.
just-
I wouldn't call it a chorus though.
You start going to your bravados and all that. Yeah.
No, I hum it. I don't know the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much words in it. I think
Well-
there's only not much word, not many.
I've enjoyed watching a couple in the house though. Just
Yeah.
big.
I
screen.
I mean, I've enjoyed
I
watching
have-
football.
I can control the variables, and I just sit
That's
there and I
exactly what
watch.
it
I
is.
watch every bit of it, and I've loved it.
Take it all in, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
I do
Been
lay
mint.
back on my couch, recliner, big
Exactly.
screen, sound system, just how I like
All
it.
your snacks, your peeve, just whatever
what
you
more
want.
could you want?
Yeah, mint, man. And I was in Liverpool for the Ukraine one, and that was carnage, and I loved it because you just let your hair down a bit, don't
Well,
you?
that's what it is.
I couldn't remember the match.
Yeah, you've got to watch it back next day, haven't
You
you?
rewatched the
I've
semi-final.
got to
didn't you?
rewatch a few of them, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's what it
same.
is.
yeah, that's it, man. But
That's
yeah,
why I want to watch a final at home. I want to take it in. I want to fucking
That's not
enjoy
why
it.
you want to watch the final.
Yeah, I know. The real
the
reason
man is bad from everywhere.
The real reasons I'm no comment. But yeah, I want
Sounds
to.
comment.
good though, yeah. We'll run with it.
I want to take it in.
We believe you, Jay.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking hell, we can't wait for that.
We've got to win it, haven't we?
We've got to, man.
We've got to win it.
I have so much faith.
The stars have aligned, man. Do you know what it is? We've had no injuries, no suspensions. There's been no real controversy. We've won every game sound, no penalties, no nothing. It's just we've got home advantage. The stars have absolutely aligned fully. If this doesn't happen now,
Yeah, what I think,
yeah.
what I think is like there's no like back in the day when we had all the star players, there was loads of egos and
was a load of egos,
rivalries
They
and
didn't even get on, man. Look at them now.
They're all gone.
because of the club rivalry back then.
yeah.
They even openly admit it. Now they hate each other. Rio Ferdinand said it. The Man United players and the Chelsea players and the Arsenal, Liverpool players, they didn't get on. They were in their own little separate groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within
You could
the
see
squad.
that, the
It
way they
wasn't
played.
united. It wasn't. Plus, the balance of the team wasn't right back then. You had you lacked something like you had Gerrard and Lampard in the middle, without a holding midfielder behind
Well,
them.
we now know how important holding
The holding
midfielders
midfield
are.
massively
So
important.
important.
Massively important. And yeah, like I said, the balance was never quite right. We never quite had a decent left winger either. We had Beck's on the right, but we never really had a decent left winger either, did we, at the time?
Yeah, Joe Cole used to step in.
Joe
on that,
Cole
didn't
was
he?
all right. He
but-
was all right, but he was still more of a central player, Cole, than a winger, an out-and-out winger, wasn't he?
Yeah,
That goal he scored. Well, that fucking little volley he
Where
scored.
he chested it.
Yeah.
Where he chested it and took it on the half volley.
Oh,
Oh,
Call for
who
that.
was that against?
it was in.
It was the second game of one of the World Cups, I think, wasn't it?
Well, no, I want to say Sweden, but I don't.
It was 2006, I think, or 2004.
It was that top we were on about the other day.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember.
2006 it was.
Could Google it, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, we could Google it, but fuck it.
So we've got three Fordens at the table as well, haven't we? Even though they were kind of done in different ways and different reasons, but the fourth is coming, is it, Mark?
Fourth is coming.
Man's still there.
A little bit,
little
yeah.
bit still there. But yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Wait
there is
till I get
another one
hold of
coming.
that.
Yeah. So if we win, Mark is going to bleach his full
You're
hair.
going to do the full thing, yeah?
Bleach the full hair.
Beard and that as well.
and no.
Has anyone had the beard done yet?
No,
I'll
I've never,
I'll do
I've
my-
never even heard of anyone bleaching a beard.
I'll do it now.
Will you?
I'll do it now.
I've seen it. I've seen
Have you
it.
seen it?
Colouring and that. like-
Things are that. Mine being shite. bleach that there.
Yeah, but
He's a belt.
Masterpiece.
No,
It's a what a beard.
His beard's more important than his hair to him.
yeah, it really is. Like if I had to,
The sincerity in that
Yeah, it
statement.
really was.
It really is,
It
lads.
really
Don't
is,
make
yeah.
me do anything with my beard.
yeah, if it looked shit on my hair, I wouldn't mind shaving it off.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
my
you've done it
beard,
before.
whoa, I wouldn't. I don't even know what I look like without a beard.
How long
Yeah.
has it took you to grow that, man?
I've had it for
Since you was 8.
yeah.
12
He
Yeah.
did say he had
Yeah.
near enough a full beard in
There
your
was a
right
bit of a
leg.
beard there going in school, but I think since I want to say like start of college, maybe middle of college sort of thing.
I can't grow on me.
Nah, you've never had one, have you?
No, I can't. I've got an absolute kid's chin. It's like when I grow it, it grows like fucking.
Still time yet, Bertie.
I know, mate.
Wait till puberty hits in.
Oh.
Could get myself to Turkey, couldn't I?
Yeah, I've got loads up there, but just stick it on there, will you?
Yeah, it doesn't grow right. It grows in patches, and it's. Yeah, it looks
Have you ever
shit.
tried though?
Yeah, and it gets itchy. It gets so itchy to the
It's-
point where
yeah.
I
Push
can't
past
do
that.
You have to
Yeah,
push
no,
past
I've been
it,
told
yeah.
a million times there's a point past the itchiness, but I can't get there.
Can't get it.
Nah.
You've gone this long.
It's not for
fuck
me.
it, It's
No,
done,
it's not
innit?
for me. Everyone's got one now anyway. Fuck that. I'd just be doing it to fucking fit in, wouldn't I?
I had it before it was cool,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna have it after it's cool as well.
yeah. No one will
You're a
care.
proper beard man, though, aren't you? That's
Yeah.
what
No one will care, but you'll know.
Yeah, I'll know.
There's a lot of hiding under that beard, isn't there?
Everyone's got a beard now, as well, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone,
Yeah.
Everyone's got a
If
beard
I
now.
suited clean shaven, I'd be clean shaven. I think
I'd
that's
love
good.
to clean shave just to sort of like
fresh,
It feels
have the
mint.
skin
Yeah, it
feel
feels
like
mint.
breathe.
I like it, mate.
Yeah,
Feels
Keeps
mint.
me
fresh,
looking
man.
young.
keeping them years off.
Keep
You
them
look
years
younger
off.
with a blonde band.
Well, that's good, yeah, 'cause it's got all the greys, hasn't it?
Well, aye, man. So I think it fits in with the DJ as well.
It all
You
suits
can,
me,
you,
yeah.
can, you can literally wear what you want.
It's all
to be a
part,
DJ.
all part of the look, innit?
Can you?
Got to have the total package, haven't you, mate? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So I mean, we've leading into being a DJ. I mean, you've
Yeah.
been getting some little breakthroughs recently.
Being a DJ, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought
Who
it?
would
But
have
it's
thought it?
happening.
It's happening, mate. Yeah, it
Yeah.
has happened. It has happened. It's happening. It's not anywhere near how I want it to be happening yet, but it's a work in progress.
You seem like you're working more at it now than ever.
I'm working at it, mate. But at the same time, because of all this COVID shit, there's nowhere to DJ really.
Yeah.
Very
It's
limited.
been good to make tunes.
Very limited. That's what we've been doing. Been making a lot of tunes. But mate, see, making music, you've got to have inspiration to make music. And I didn't fall in love with dance music sat in the house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I fell in love with dance music on a dance floor, in nightclubs, in fucking wherever, Ibiza, Croatia, fucking all over the UK, but festivals all over, but not sat in the house, which is where I've been basically now for the last 18 months. I mean, last summer we went to, I had a couple of gigs in Croatia, what were normal, as in no restrictions, full dance floors of people. But apart from that, we've had the odd little social distance thing, little sheep pens and all
Yeah.
that. It's not the same, mate.
Have you been to them? Yeah.
Yeah, I've played a couple of them.
What were they like? Just weird.
They're weird, mate. They're all... Listen, the last one I played at Social Avenue in Manchester, it was actually, as far as they go, it was going off. The crowd was having it, do you know what I mean? Because they changed the rules a little bit, that one. So people were actually allowed to stand up and dance, as where before they had to stay seated. You get told off for dancing. But yeah, you could
Stay
only
seated for
Mental,
dancing.
Yeah, you could
It's
dance,
mental.
dance at
Dance
that.
That's not my sort of thing, but if you
Tell
went
you
to one
what
of
though,
those
I could
things,
dance for longer. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Woo! I could dance for longer. I could sit like that for ages.
well, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it kind of affects the vibe when everyone's sat down. But to be fair, it was all right, that last one, but it's still it's not the same. And Joe, it is the bouncers as well, mate. You know what bouncers are like? They don't need any more excuse than what they already have to be on a power trip.
Yeah.
And now they've got all this extra power. Sit down, put your mask
I
on.
work for the government.
Oh, mate.
Do bouncers
Fuck
work
off.
for the government?
No, but
No.
like this is
That's
on
what they
this
think.
is
That's what they
that's
think.
what the rules are for, aren't they?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Mental. So yeah, they've been all right. They've been, but it's still, like I said, you're not in a club, so therefore you're not getting them feelings and the inspirations what you'd normally get to inspire you to then go home and go into your studio and make a tune. Do you know what I mean? You get to a point where you start thinking, what sounds good on a dance floor? What do they want to hear? You
Yeah.
start doubting. You make things, and then
Obviously, there's trends and that as well, isn't there?
So to start with, I was making a load of like unusual stuff what I would normally make, because I felt like the reins were off a little bit, which allowed me to be a bit more creative, because I wasn't making music simply to play in a club at the weekend. I was just making what I liked and experimenting and things like that. But even after a while now, it's just like, even that's getting boring now.
Yeah.
I just need to be back in that club environment, man.
I know what you mean, actually, because I mean,
back,
the only things we've been able to do for a year and a half is go for a walk or get on your bike.
Go
But
for a walk.
what on earth? What kind of tunes do you think in your head when you're having a chilled walk?
To
you know what I
start
mean?
with, mate, the first year or so, I was doing quite well productive wise. I was it's funny you should mention that. I was going out on my bike a lot and out walking a lot with my headphones on, just listening to mixes, other DJs mixes, other DJ stuff, see what other people were doing to get some inspiration that way, and that was kind of working. Do you know what I mean? I was getting quite inspired from that, and I was making some good music. But I'd say since this year, especially this year, the last 5-6 months, it's been hard to make anything.
Yeah,
what
it just
I
feels
like.
too distant from
Too distant from from what I've known, what I've been doing, and exactly. It's been a hard one. Don't get me wrong, I have been making music and things have been happening, but I'd say I probably haven't been enjoying it as much.
Yeah.
I haven't been enjoying it as much as well. When you make a tune as well, you want to test drive it in a club.
Yeah.
You make it through the week on a Saturday, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. You want to be in a nightclub. You want to get the reaction from it.
Yeah.
Till you get that reaction and you hear it on that big system in that club, you don't know how that tune sound, how it goes down. How people take to it and all that. Do you know what I mean?
You could
all part of the process.
You could send it to 100 people and 99 people could say it's mint, but you put it until you put it in a club, you don't know, do you?
Tell you what, if you've made that, you've made that song and you play it to the club and they enjoy it. It must be a fucking
unbeliable watching the dance floor reaction. That's what I live for, mate. That's what DJs live for. That feedback from the dance floor. Like I don't enjoy DJing to no crowd either. So at home, I might sit the decks on for a bit, and after about an hour and a half, I'll be getting bored and that. I'll be looking at me watch, and I'll be just knocking it on my head. If I've got a crowd there, mate, I'll play it for fucking 12 hours. No bother. If you've got in a crowd and you're getting constant feedback and it's going off, it's unbelievable.
I suppose you just want them to go mental, and
that's what you rely on. That's what you rely on. It boosts your ego as a DJ. That's what you want. You rely on the feedback from that crowd. That's what you're looking for. And that's what I've been lacking at the minute.
Yeah. Your ego's
fucked, mate. Yeah, I've got no confidence in nothing. Walking around and that.
Have you been doing any of them live stream DJ sets?
Yeah, I've done a couple of them, mate. But again, you're not DJing to anyone, are you?
No,
so with the live streams, especially when you were doing them for other platforms, what they would ask is that you pre-recorded it, because for technical issues. So if you do a live stream actually live, anything could go wrong. Do you know what I mean? The internet could go down, it could start buffering, things could go wrong. So what they ask is you record your set live on a camera, but then you give it to them, and
and then they repeat it like it's live.
So they schedule it in, so it looks like it's live, but you've actually pre-recorded it, and it just minimises the amount of variables, Ross.
Yeah, there you go.
Minimises the variables that could go wrong when streaming live. But like I said, you're streaming in my fucking back room at home to just nothing. To be
you're not
fucking,
getting that feedback.
To be puffy. To be puffy, me breakfast bar, you know what I mean? Woo.
Your dog.
Yeah, me dog and that in and out. It's not quite the same, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, live streams are alright. They're a little stopgap, but there's no substitute for getting out there and getting at it, is there?
So obviously we're gonna go and visit Sienna in Prague, Mark. So we'll go and visit Burton in Ibiza.
First I've heard of this.
You agreed to it off camera, so don't give me this shit now.
If it happens off camera, it doesn't happen.
What's happening in Prague?
So we're going to. She's going to take us around Prague to show us some sex clubs or something. Mark said he wants to go.
Oh, she'll probably.
Is this going to be filmed? Or
yeah, it's going to be filmed.
Brilliant.
So now
you might end up in a fake taxi or something.
Stunt cock.
Stunt cock.
So we'll go and see Bertie in a nightclub in Ibiza.
Look the way he's sat.
This is a minute. Get over, fuck off.
This is when.
Yep. See you in a bit. I'm off. Would you go to Ibiza to see Bertie?
I mean, it's not usually my sort of thing, but if.
But would you?
What a conservative answer he's given.
What, yes or no?
Mark, get another beer into you, please.
I mean, no, yeah. I mean,
honestly, Mark, it's impossible not to have a good time.
I mean,
Can't.
What is he fucking? What's the thing off Little Britain? Yeah, but no.
Yeah. I can't imagine myself having a good time. I can't imagine myself having a good time. That's what it is.
Yeah, I can imagine him having a good time.
I think he would fully embrace it. Just next thing, like
3 cowies deep.
Yeah.
Ricking his lips and everything. Yeah.
Come on.
Top off. He'll have his top off again, like he does in Avalon.
England flag out.
I've never been to like a DJ set though. I've been to like nightclubs and that, but
It'd be like that scene off Rise of the Foot Soldier where he's like, I can't even feel it, mate. I can't even feel it. I fucking love you, mate.
So do you know something, mate? I never, my love for electronic music never come later on in life. Before that, I was similar to you. I was indie music, bands.
You were massive into
massively. I used to go to all the festivals. I used to go to Glastonbury every year, Tina Park, V Fest for Leeds, Reading, It was going. That was my thing. I'd say till I was around 25, I would say. And then I remember going to, what was the first festival? I think it was snowbombing in Austria. And that first time, you hear the bass on a big speaker, on a big system in a club, and it hits you. And then it fucking, till then, dance music, house music, like, it never made sense to me, really. It did, but not.
Yeah, but
I was in that club, and it was like, right.
You were born.
I was born, now I get it. And then I went to
and then he's never stopped dancing.
And then I went to a few more dance festivals. I went to Croatia, Sonas. We were all over the place. I went to Ibiza, things like that. And then that was it. The penny had dropped. I was like, right, now I get it. Now I get it. Do you know what I mean?
The energy's like
the
nothing
energy.
else.
Oh, the energy. That's what it is.
Yeah, I imagine the atmosphere being relatively nice.
Energy.
I know what you're thinking, though. You're thinking loud, banging, sweaty
that's what
people
I hate.
right next to
what I hate.
But like, they're just the three little things. Like,
I don't know. That's like, it seems like the main things.
What it is, you become one of them loud, sweaty little
I don't think I would.
You do.
Mark's got that in him. He's got it in him. You can embrace any situation, man.
But then I've been in them situations, like say, like an Arctic Monkeys gig or something, where you're in the crowd and you're sweaty, and I don't mind that.
Arctic Monkeys gigs is more everyone chuck piss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found that a lot of festivals and that.
A lot of piss.
A lot of piss.
If you chuck piss in IB for someone catching, drink it because they can't afford a pee.
A lot of piss. At these indie festivals, there's a lot of piss chucking. There is a lot of people pissing in cups and
there is.
Is there?
Mate, if you did that,
I didn't know that.
You want to get right to the front because they always chuck it back.
If you did that in a beef or a dance music thing, it'd be mega frowned upon. You'd probably get filled. It's like, whoa, that's not cool, man. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not. It's you chucking piss at. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I used to chuck piss back.
Funny though, isn't it?
But listen. That was when I was younger, and piss karma is a real thing, mate. You chuck piss, mate. You get piss back. Expect there's piss coming back, mate. And when that drink lands on your head and it's warm, and you go, oh,
you stink of piss
on
that.
and then you think that was fucking karma for me chucking that.
Yeah,
that's karma for me chucking that cup of piss last year.
Do you remember that? Does you ever remember that video? I don't know what piss DJ it was, right?
Piss karma, mate. Real.
There's a DJ that's on, right, and someone throws a big pint of it. Looks like it could be piss, but it could be lager. And he catches it, necks it, and it's like, you've just drank piss there, but he owns it anyway. And he's just like, fuck it.
Piss karma.
He's definitely drank piss.
I love that word.
Piss karma. It's real, mate. Piss karma.
Have you not had any piss karma, no?
He didn't even know what was going on.
I've never shot piss. I've never pissed in a glass.
Never been hit by it.
Have you ever been hit by piss?
I've been hit by piss.
I've been to bands. I've been to festivals and.
I've never been to a festival. I've watched Chasing Status in BCM once in my life.
BCM, Magaluf Square. Yes.
I've never been to a festival, a gig, nothing.
No.
Never. Nah.
Wow.
Never.
Well,
and do you know what? When I watched Chasing Status in BCM, it's the best night of my life.
There you go.
Honestly, mate, that there'll be loads better things.
I can't go to a festival, mate. I won't come back. I'll go missing.
I told
you today. I'll talk to anyone.
Not come back from a couple. Like
I'll talk to anyone. I'll never come back.
There's no coming back from a festival.
Yeah, I won't come back.
He'll turn into one of them wizards at Glastonbury.
What, druid?
I'd love to.
He'll move to Stonehenge.
I will. Yeah, I'll never come back.
Stood there with a stick and a cloak on.
Start wearing a fucking big gown and
people are looking, bash! Hit him with a stick.
You'll have a big staff. Start wearing a necklace and that.
Yeah, but I went to, I think when I got hit with piss, it was when Kasabian, Enemy and Oasis.
Manchester, 2009, I was there.
I was at Sunderland, I went.
Oh, you went to Sunderland one? Yeah, that was that. They were brilliant. Do you think Kasabian were better than Oasis?
Well, this is my theory.
Best band I've seen live.
Kasabian?
Yeah.
Shake my hand. I've said that many times. Mark, Glastonbury 2014, Sunday night, Pyramid Stage headliners, that Kasabian gig there.
Yeah.
Mate, that was the greatest thing. Live gig I've ever seen for a band. It blew me away, mate.
Best band live, I must admit.
But the reason why I thought they were, well, I don't know if they were better than Oasis or not, but before Oasis came on, you had room, like there was like everyone was stood, but like it wasn't too packed, and like that album that they were doing that year was fucking unreal.
Yeah. Was it?
It was is it Underdog?
Possibly.
That album.
It was
that album, yeah. And then so like all the vocals in that. I think so, yeah.
I think it's a set.
But like, you just had room as soon as Oasis came on. I remember getting lifted off my feet, pushed forward, and he was just stuck. And that's when the piss and all that started flying. But in that gig, the sun was setting. it started to drizzle, so the lights were like reflecting off all the rain. And Champagne Supernova came on, like that intro. And I remember, I'm getting goosebumps now, and I remember just thinking, whoa, this is mental.
It's one band I would have loved to see live.
Who?
Yeah.
Oasis.
Oh, did you not get to see him, Mark?
No.
I wouldn't have thought that. Like I thought you would.
Probably just like a little bit
How old are
young
you, Mark?
from me. I'm 27.
Everyone who's watching that has just gone, fuck off.
I know.
Thought he was 40.
Are you only 27?
Me and Mark are the same age.
Yeah. 27.
So you might have just missed. When was the last?
Yeah, 'cause
I think I missed
was
it
only-
literally, maybe even by like a year or two.
Well,
I was only 18.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
2009 gig. I was 21.
Yeah.
I was 21. So yeah,
probably just missed
And,
it. It'd have been great, but
I went, mate. The first ever
that
gig
was that
I
long
went
ago.
to. The first ever gig I went to was a Oasis gig. It was 2005. And it was at the City of Manchester Stadium.
Ooh.
It's the one that was on Channel 4. If you remember,
Yeah.
Liam's got the red leather jacket on.
Yeah.
Right in the
yeah,
beginning,
yeah.
there's a big
Yeah.
surge, and
Seen
the
it a
crowd
few
push
times on
forward,
YouTube.
and they end up pushing all the barriers over. So he plays the first song, and he's halfway through the first song, and they stop, and then they make everyone. He comes on the mic, he's like, "Everyone move back," and they spend about 10 minutes just telling everyone to move back, and then Liam comes on. He went, "Right, he went right. 10 minutes, birds on screen, tits out now." And all it was, so the first couple, the screen was the big screen. It would focus in on a couple of girls.
Never just get the
first
tits out.
couple were a bit apprehensive. Then as soon as one did it, mate,
They all do it, don't
every
they?
single
It's the best
bird
bit.
that was coming on the screen, like, way!
All the lads like, come
For
on.
10
every
minutes
time
solid,
it's
mate.
way.
You'd see
10
birds
minutes
on
of
shoulders.
tits. Tits.
You'd see birds on people's shoulders. You'd see like a little sly hand come up and all that, man. It was funny, man. Yeah.
Little tongue like that.
But yeah, that blew me away. I was only 17 at the time. That blew me away. That. What a gig.
Never forget that one.
Nah, what a band.
Tell you what, one of my favourite gigs out of everyone was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I love to see
Manchester
them,
Arena.
mate. I love to see them.
Unbelievable.
Which, where at?
Manchester Arena.
Where's Manchester Arena?
Like, is that the
MEN.
one next to...
Oh, the MEN. The MEN.
That's-
of
yeah,
course,
sorry,
of
yeah.
course,
It's
I
next
don't get the MEN.
to the prison, isn't it?
It is, yeah, MEN, yeah.
And just his voice, man, and just the instrumentals when they just start rocking out for like 10 minutes, and you're just like,
I love the Chili
"Fucking
Peppers."
come on. But his voice was just sounded like it was
I think
recorded.
the Chili Peppers are one of the only big bands that I've never seen live. I've
Yeah.
seen all the other ones over the years. I think they're one of the only ones I haven't managed to see yet.
Do you reckon I don't think they'll ever get back together.
They're not doing much at the minute,
No,
are they?
I don't think they'll ever
They'll
go
probably
back,
never
will
come
they?
back here if they do anyway.
Nah.
Take them or leave them.
Yeah?
Take 'em or leave 'em.
Yeah, they're all right, but
Well,
I'm
think-
pretty much ashamed.
I wasn't massive on them until I seen them.
well,
And then now, like, Danny California is probably one of my favourite tunes of all time.
They have got some belter tunes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, you got
You
some
forget it until you hear
Yeah.
them.
yeah. But
there's
I
a
went to
lot.
see the Stone Roses at Manchester Arena.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. I think it was
Did you see them when
probably
they
one of the last
retoured?
gigs
seen
they
them
did.
loads, you know.
You've seen them loads.
I seen them 3 times. That first year they come back, I seen them at Heaton Park, and then I seen them at Tina Park, and then I seen them at V Festival.
Wait, about that-
all the same summer.
About that time, weren't they meant to be releasing another album? They released
There
a
was
couple.
talk of
Supposed
it.
to.
They were
They're
releasing a
supposed
couple
to,
of
yeah.
songs,
There was talk.
and then they just didn't.
That was when they
Yeah.
first come back.
Yeah.
I think they realised, fucking, we don't need to put any more work into this. We're making a fortune
That's
without
true.
it. We'll
Yeah.
play all the old ones.
Just
We're
play
making,
the old
we're making a
ones, yeah.
fortune.
And, Ian Brown.
They did do a new album though, didn't they?
No.
Did they not?
No,
I'm sure they did a few new
This-
tunes.
No, but this, yeah, they did a
supposed
few.
to,
They, were,
but
they
never.
did a couple of like, like when they released the singles and EPs
Yeah.
and that before. They did a couple of them and then nothing.
Right.
I don't
I
think
tell
they were
you
very
what,
well
as well.
received because they weren't great.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have to be unreal.
Wasn't it a
otherwise
massive gap between that and the last release as well or something?
Well,
Well, it's
it was early
fucking
90s,
years,
wasn't it?
yeah.
94, I think.
yeah,
wasn't it?
right, yeah.
So I think the first album came out in the late 80s. I think the second one come out in the early 90s. And that was only did 2 albums, I think, didn't
That's how
it?
Is that all they did?
That's our day of birth, Mark. That's when they
A
stopped.
couple of albums of absolute magic.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
It
fucking
did.
mental. How many times have you seen Arctic Monkeys?
I want to say 4, but it could be 3.
Does that warrant getting the tattoo then?
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
tattoo are you getting?
He's got
Ah,
that there.
just-
Oh, of course, yeah.
that was. I
I've
can't
seen
remember
them
how old.
before.
That was a few years
Tell you
back.
what, I see Arctic Monkeys. I seen Arctic Monkeys 2007.
Was that when the first
Cricket
come out?
Ground. Yeah, it was the second album, and it was at Old Trafford Cricket Ground, and Amy Winehouse was supporting them.
Mental.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
There's
Amy
a bit of
Winehouse.
history
There
there,
was a bit of
innit?
history
Yeah.
there. 2007, that was a wicked day out. There was loads was there. What a day out that was.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I think I was only got 19 or something at the time then.
There's your indie days, innit?
They were my indie days. That's
Yeah.
what I grew up on. Mate.
Good
Well,
time
that-
for music, that though.
I grew
Yeah.
up on
Yeah.
that. I say I wasn't into dance music. I was into the fucking New Monkey. Like.
Yeah, well, that's never left you, has it?
That was rave. That wasn't it? That wasn't dance
That's
music.
just in our blood by living up here, man.
Check.
Fucking man.
Say, Woody put there's a massive one on coming into. It
There
must be
is.
when there's crowds back, is that?
Well, the New Monkey
Digital.
reunion.
yeah,
reunion.
reunion. Oh, they've got everyone.
Well, that was planned for before COVID.
Ah,
And
right.
It's been put back and put back.
What,
but
for nearly 2 years?
2 years,
Fucking
mate.
hell,
That's been
there's going to
good.
be a few people there, then, isn't there?
No, it's going to be massive.
What
Did you go?
What?
You go?
No, I probably. I like the music. It's the clientele.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
the
bit...
clientele. The type of
iffy,
music
innit?
to crash. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the most pleasant of crowds and that, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
The new Who?
The huge.
the new Who.
The
The
new-
new Who.
Mark, have you never listened to rave?
No, I've heard it.
You should get it on when you're doing your gardening.
Oh, you're joking. I
You
probably get it
will-
done twice the time.
You
like, to
will
be fair.
landscape twice the pace.
You'll do it next doors.
Pop,
What's
pop, pop, pop,
What's
pop.
that? What's
That was
that?
me.
next
I don't know,
door.
digging weeds or something.
Feed
I
the
don't know.
Pop, 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 pop. How quick do you dig weeds?
No, if I've got the rave on though, like it'll speed me up or something.
Looks more like feeding the birds. To me.
Feed the pigeons in his
Feeding the
patio.
pigeons, yeah.
Pigeon patio feeding.
Yeah.
We're digging the weeds up with that.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
It's a big motion that for
Digging the weeds, wouldn't it? You were feeding the birds. weren't you?
People who don't watch it, I'll have to try and make a little advert for that dance there. That's
Yeah.
what like that'll
Mark's
become
all-
the dance that everyone does at your gigs.
Absolutely.
Feed the birds.
Yeah, feed the
Feed
birds.
the birds.
Dig the
What was
weeds.
the
Dig the
what,
weeds.
like,
Digging the weeds.
Sprinkler. That was like a warning. That was like a
Sprinkle what?
The
Well,
old-
Sprinkler was like a fucking.
Oh, was
You're a
that that
natural,
one?
to be fair,
I
man.
thought it was that.
You're wasted at these indie gigs, mate. Honestly,
I know.
Should be
Get
there.
him on the fucking Garys.
What's
What
the
the
Garys?
Oh,
Oh man, fuck the Garys.
fuck the Garys.
No good to me these days. Don't work anymore. They just make me go like,
yeah, that's all they ever did.
no
Really.
good. Yeah.
Love it.
What we're gonna do with your blonde hair then, Bertie? We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, I like it. You know,
Yeah,
I do. I like it. But
I
it
think
depends.
it's definitely for summer.
If we win, we've got to keep it going. We'll get some more toners and that.
Yeah.
If we win.
Yeah, lifted
I'm
a bit
interested
more.
to see how many people get it done. That actually get it done.
Well, we've all had a few.
I think.
Yeah.
Have you done any more since me?
Not yet. Loads are booked in next week.
Next week.
Yeah,
Watch the cancellations go.
I know,
Yeah,
I know. There's a few people what have done it, and we're like, nah, you're not
Nah.
going through with that. Like,
I've got potential 4 or 5 on Monday.
For next week,
Yeah,
on Monday, yeah. Get in.
Thing is, right, like you know now how much of a like long-winded
It's a long-winded process,
operation
yeah.
it is, and people just go, oh, I might get it done. Just book us in my next haircut. I'm like, no, mate,
It's a
doesn't
bit
work
more
like
than
that.
that.
Yeah,
I've had
yeah.
a few of them. Oh, I mean, next one. I've got an appointment booked. I'll just get my hair dyed as well. I was like, how will you? You
Why?
won't.
Of course you will.
I think a few people have just been getting it from the shop, like.
Well, doing it,
Yeah,
you can
but-
tell the ones
yeah,
who've done that
but
though.
yeah.
I've seen a real bad one. It's a good job I can't remember his name because I'd be naming him right now and he'd be gutted. I seen it though on my Facebook today and I was like, that's a bad one, that mate. He's
I've
pure
seen a
done
bad
it.
one,
I've
like.
seen some bad ones, DIY jobs.
Yeah.
Like orange, his head gone bad orange.
I had
you
a
know what
lad, messaged me. He was like, can you dye my hair? I said, yeah, no problem. I'll book you in. Told him the price and that. And he was like, whoa, I can go to the fucking shop and get a box dye for fucking a £5. I was like, right, tell you what it is. Go and get that box dye and message me the results and see what happens. And I seen he didn't send me nothing back. I seen the results on the Snapchat and it was like
Any good?
fucking like flame orange.
Was it? Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I was just like,
Yeah, it's
Fair
almost red, isn't it?
yeah, like
Yeah.
right, fair enough, yeah.
It's a pretty big thing, isn't it? It's not something
Yeah.
you want to skimp on. You know what I mean? You
Nah.
want to pay the money, make sure
Because
it's
you
done
could
properly.
easily burn your hair off.
Yeah.
Oh
Easy.
yeah, you can
People
damage
don't
your
realise
scalp.
the damage
Yeah.
you could do to your scalp
Easy.
properly.
Yeah.
People are just blasé about it, man.
Yeah.
You're literally changing the complete structure of your hair.
Yeah.
Mental.
I mean, yours is almost straight.
Yeah, mine's straight now.
Yeah.
It was always curly.
Yeah, mine's got a little bit of change, a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
it's
Obviously, you
definitely.
had tighter curls than
tight
Ross,
curls, yeah.
Yeah.
but it's definitely changed.
loosened
It's
up a
probably
little bit.
easier to work with a
It
little
is
bit.
much easier to work
Yeah.
with now. Even just fucking washing it and putting a bit of wax in it, it feels easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna. I want it like really white, like yours, the
Yeah.
ashy white. I think that's where we're going.
We'll
with
get
it
there
next.
easy now.
Yeah, we'll
now.
get there now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
go
The
there
base
now
layers
straight
on now.
away,
Yeah, the base layers on.
The base layers on. So yeah, we just got to win tomorrow now.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, we're fucked. Skinheads all around tomorrow, otherwise, isn't it?
What's going to happen if we win, by the way? It's going to be like the purge.
I dread to see the town after the
Yeah.
the final.
Mate, either way, it's going to be bad. If we lose, there's going to be hell on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we win, there's going to
Yeah,
be
there's
hell
gonna
on.
be
I don't know what will be worse for like the structure of England. Like,
It's going to be mental. Especially after the 18 months everyone's just had.
Yeah.
This is just the remedy what everyone's
is-
needed. Hey, I tell you what as well, have you noticed how many people got caught up in it at the minute as well?
Oh, no.
It's fucking mad, isn't it? If you want to see on my Facebook, everyone at the minute's got it.
Right, why are people getting tested when the final's on Sunday?
Yeah, it's just
Like, what are you doing? Like, do you want to stay in for it? Like, is that what you want? Like, what are you doing?
Do you want that?
Yeah.
If you do, fuck off then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mental, man. Yeah. Everyone's got basically just a normal cold, basically, from the changing temperatures, and now everyone's isolating.
It's fucking madness, isn't it, man?
But yeah, just it's once in a lifetime. Do not get tested this week. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Hold off for a couple of days.
Turn your app off.
Listen, turn your app off. If you kill a granny, she didn't die in vain. Do you know what I mean?
England win.
You know what I mean?
England prevail.
Up the fucking England. It's coming home.
We were saying this, like, so if we win, what does the song become?
Yeah.
It's home.
It's coming home, but is it home? It's
Has
home.
it ever been home?
Well, no, this is
66.
what they did with Casper Schmeichel.
It doesn't mean.
So how can it come home if it's never been home?
That's exactly someone who doesn't really understand football.
Yeah.
Like that. It's coming home is much more than like an arrogance of the tournament and the trophies coming home. It means much more than that. It's for one, football itself was it came from England originally, didn't it? It was invented in England, so it kind of refers to that, the sport coming home.
Now that makes sense.
But
yeah, that makes sense.
That makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's much more than that. It's like it's all them years of hurt we've had. All
50 was it 55?
55 it is now.
55 of hurt, mate.
There's not many people alive today who remember when England won anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to be. So say even if you're 55, you can't remember it because you'd have been like a baby. You've got to be at least over 60. So you'd have been over 5-year-old at the time to remember 66. So there's not many. There's a few, but there's not. Most people can't remember that. Most people.
It is just considering the hurt we've gone through without that. How much promise we've had.
Maradona, hand of God. You got Italia '90, the penalties. Euro fucking '96, the Germany. France '98, Argentina. 2002 with Brazil. 2004 and 2006 with Portugal on penalties. Oh, the hurt.
It's like people are saying, like, obviously
Germany 2010. Yeah. Oh, we could go on, couldn't we?
People want to say, like, we died. Sterling might have died for that penalty.
I don't care if he did.
I don't give a fuck. We've had fucking all this fucking
Maradona's
hurt.
handball.
Lampard's fucking over the goal.
Campbell's header against Argentina, which was nothing wrong with it.
Deserve it.
Oh, yeah.
We've had so much. Ronaldo getting Rooney sent off.
Wink.
Simone getting Beckham sent off.
Yeah.
We have been victims of that. How many times?
So to me, it's just a big game of cheating.
Well, it is.
It is.
It swings and roundabouts, man. You know what I mean?
I see.
One of them.
Don't disgrace the game, Mark.
And that's what makes me believe more it's our year, because even we're getting the rub of the green on things that we've never had the rub of the green before on. Can't fucking lose. Hey, just sit back and enjoy, lad. It's ours. We've won.
I believe, like.
I believe.
Back to where you started a little bit, Bertie. How did you kind of get into, like, your transition from indie and stuff, and then you started liking house music? How did you become a DJ?
It's a funny story, you know, mate.
We'd love to hear it.
So, like I said, I started varying the types of festival I was going to. I started going to more dance music style festivals, like your Sunwaves, things in Croatia like Sonas, Hideout, and then obviously to Ibiza. Found house music. Now, just by chance, when I had a good mate living in Ibiza, I think it was 2015. It was 2015, and he'd moved out there for the summer, and he said to me, "Just come out and see us. I've got a place you can stay and all that. Pop out and see us." So I've gone out to see him. Now he is Richie Ahmed's best friend. This guy with this is like a mutual friend that me and Richie have. So the first time I've got there, he's introduced me to Richie. We've hit it off, and then from there, I just end up spending that full summer basically hanging out in Ibiza with a load of DJs and a load of these people in the industry. It went from there. Everything was VIP, backstage, and I'm watching, stood behind the decks all summer watching all these different DJs. I end up meeting and becoming friends with the likes of Richie Ahmed, Scream, Patrick Toppin, Waff, Jack Master, all massive names. And at the time, I didn't really appreciate how big these people were. I just thought they were just proper sound cunts who I'd fucking end up getting in with in the B through, and I did classes with my mates I was hanging around with. We were doing things together. We were going to parties.
That was probably a good thing for you to get introduced like that, though, because
exactly.
you're just like, no, lads.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of being like a little
fanboy. I wasn't coming
Yeah.
as fanboy. I was coming exactly. And then when I kind of realised how big some of them are when you go to a night, when you turn up to Amnesia, and you've got a dance floor absolutely packed, and they're on the decks, everyone's going wild. You're like, fucking hell. So I've ended up. I remember watching Richie do that all summer, just DJing all over, and just thinking, fucking hell, I'd love a go at that, you know. I fancy that. My love for the music was growing out more and more. And I was thinking, DJing, yeah, I'd love to be a fucking DJ. Not thinking it was ever going to become anything. It was more like pipe dreams and things at the time. Yeah. So that summer when I've left Ibiza, I've spoke to one of my mates, Callum Till, actually. You know, I knew Callum from back home. Now, Callum was DJing and Inside Out and things like that at the time. He was only young at the time. And I said to him, Callum, listen, I said, you might laugh. I said, I'm going to buy some decks. I want you to teach me how to DJ. I said, I said, you won't believe I'm hanging around with. I told him and all that. And he was just like, fuck off. I was like, honestly, mate.
I've been DJing for 5 years. I haven't met one person.
Exactly. That's what he was like. That's what he was like.
Strolled into the house scene.
Like, these are all my friends. I said, so you teach me how to DJ. I said, I've got the contacts. Because networking, by the way, and contacts is in any industry, not just dance music, any industry, network, the saying, important. It's not what you know, it's who you know. There's not a more truer saying out there, right?
How many times have we said that on here already?
Have you really? Yeah.
Well,
networking,
so true,
mate, networking is what it's all about. So I've said to Callum, listen, I know all these people, I've got all these things. You teach me to DJ, let's get into it, and let's see how far it goes. But I've got some good connections, some good links, and it kind of went from there. I come back from Ibiza. That's so I bought some decks, and away we went. Sorry, getting a bit comfortable there. Yeah, and away we went. And basically I just spent all that winter, Callum was just around mine all that winter, and we were just DJing in my back room at home non-stop, just hours and hours and hours every day. And then when I wasn't DJing, I was looking for tunes, I was just getting fully immersed in it, do you know what I mean? Still not thinking it was going anywhere, do you know what I mean? Thinking like, maybe like having dreams, it could be something, but like at that time it was still
just enjoying it.
I was enjoying it. I was enjoying learning it. It was just a hobby, exactly. And then I thought I wouldn't be ready to play a gig for like years. I remember after about 2 months, I was thinking, I want to fucking play. I want to play out with people and that. I want to play out with people. And I think the first time I played I started DJing, learning to DJ, end of the summer 2015, and I played my first gig beginning of 2016. So 4 months. And I had some mates in Manchester that were running like an illegal rave, illegal warehouse party down there. And I was like, put me on that lineup, mate. Go on, put me on. I'm ready and that. I'm like, sound, yeah, we'll put you on. So they put me on first, you know what I mean? But still, it was like my first ever gig, and it went down absolutely wicked. It was a fancy dress party as well. I remember I was dressed as a minion.
Nice introduction.
Nice introduction. My first ever DJ gig, right? I was dressed as a minion in an illegal rave in a warehouse in fucking. Yeah, near where you've just said, actually, the MEN and the prison, just down on that road, just a little industrial estate around there.
Nice area.
Lovely, lovely area. And that's where it all began, and it kind of just snowballed from there. I was getting more gigs, and then the natural progression is after that you want to start making music. Everyone around, so you look around you and you see what are the other DJs doing, what's made them what they are, and it's because they were producers, and the music they made got them a big name, which then made them slingshotted their DJ profile even higher, which then allowed them to get bigger gigs, bigger fees, all this, etc. So I thought, right, well, I need to be making music then. So that's when I started getting into making music. I found I had a mate who knew how to make music and that, so I started sitting in with him, learning all the basics, learning all the things. And then after that, mate, I was just spending fucking 12 hours a day in the studio, just learning, cracking on, just every day, man. It was absolutely, I loved it.
Well, that's like, there's like a few things there. It's like, obviously, everyone has little dreams and everyone has little thoughts, but then acting on them thoughts is completely another thing.
Not many people chase them. Not many people chase them, or not chase them.
How many people have thought about being a DJ?
Yeah, a lot of people are scared to
chase, especially chase them aggressively. And start, I wouldn't say I was chasing it aggressively to start with, but then once I started playing a few gigs, and I'd started making bits of music and that, and I was getting me head into that. That's when it started becoming, got a taste for it. And then it was just a case of like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Let's just keep going with it. Let's see where we get. And so I think it was by the summer of 2017 I moved to Ibiza. And I'd made a few tunes that were like, just before I got there, that were like they were cut above anything I'd been making. I'd kind of progressed that little bit more. Do you know what I mean? It's a natural progression. The more you do, the better you get at it, like anything. So I'd made a couple that were like, and I'd sent them out to a few DJs. And I remember I sent some up onto Patrick Toppin. And he messaged me back saying, Bertie, this is unreal, mate. And this is coming from Patrick Toppin, he's massive now, but he was massive at the time. I was thinking, fucking hell. That took me back a bit.
Is it?
Yeah. And he really liked it and all that. And I'm thinking, wow, that's mega. So anyway, this was about the May time, I think. I'd been in Ibiza for about a month. I'd been out all night. I'd been to bed. And I woke up. It was like a Saturday morning, I think. And I had a load of messages on my phone going, mate, Patrick Toppin has just played one of your tunes at Tomorrowland. Now, basically, Patrick's Tomorrowland set that summer was streamed live on YouTube. Fucking full HD, full quality video and all that, and he's played one of my tunes in that set, and it was absolutely perfect. The crowd went fucking mental, so that was a great promo opportunity for me. So I've gone on YouTube, and I've got my mate who's a video guy. He like chopped that little clip out of my tune getting played, the crowd going fucking mental. We made a little video, we put that out on the Facebook, and it fucking went viral. It went absolutely viral, like 100,000 views and that, and it was like, whoa. Shit's getting a bit real now, do you know what I mean?
I think I'm a DJ.
Now people are taking, and it went from just being a fucking nobody to people actually taking a bit note of you, and people then like message you and asking you questions. People sending you tunes, what do you think of this, mate? Blah, 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 blah. People started taking you a bit more seriously. Then that very tune that he played, it's called On Your Own. Scream then signed it to his label. Scream's massive as well.
What does that mean?
He signed it, so he signed it to his record label to release it. So basically, when you get music released, it's a record label. You can release it independently.
Is this what you're on about? When I pay my music license, I pay for it.
PRS and all that. Yeah. So record labels release music. So for a record label to release your music, they've got to like it. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole idea of when you release a tune. You make it and you send it off to various labels, and one of them might like it. They'll release it. They'll sign it and they'll release it.
Right.
So Scream has a record label called Of Unsound Mind. He loved the tune. He signed it. It got released end of the summer. I think it was November 2017. Just after I come back from Ibiza, Annie Max picked up on it. It's getting played on fucking Radio 1.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I've spent all summer as well watching. I'd sent it to a few DJs. I'd sent it to Richie Ahmed. I'd sent it to Salado. I'd sent it to Scream. I'd sent it to Patrick, obviously. And I'd seen it getting played out all that summer at DC10, at Amnesia, all these different festivals all that summer, at fucking Glastonbury, everywhere that summer. I was watching that tune getting fucking played. It was so surreal. It's gone from 0 to 100 like fucking quick. Do you know what I mean? I'm watching me fucking tune. I'm watching dance floors go all mental. Next thing, Annie Max playing it on Radio 1. It's been released. It's gone into the top 20 on the charts on Beatport. It was just like, whoa, like a fucking whirlwind. But then I kind of expected it to kick on a lot quicker from there. But it kind of never. It's one of them things where success or getting somewhere, it does take time.
Yeah.
You do get overnight successes, and you do get people that smash it instantly. But and I was kind of thinking when I'd done that first tune, I was thinking I was one of them. I was thinking, overnight success. I'm just going straight to orbit. And it kind of then it was like a bit more of a fucking come back down to earth after that when the hype died down from that tune. And then it was kind of, it was like, right, I need to start grinding some more tunes. I need to get some more tunes out there like that.
Like that? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I need to
keep following it up. I need to keep following it up. And it's hard, mate. Do you know what it is? So it's been a longer process than what I thought to get to where I want to be. Well, I'm not even where I want to be, but to keep progressing. It's hard work, mate. It is hard work.
There's always that thing where it's like I was an overnight success and took 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly
like,
what it is.
Yeah, it looks like I am, but like it took that long. Do you know when you name your tunes? How do you like? Is there reasons?
Right. Some of them get named because of simply there might be a vocal in there. So you pick a bit out the vocal.
A standout sentence.
Yeah, because then people know exactly. Then people know what it is. Other times it could just be like, for example, I had a tune on Richie Ahmed's label a couple of years ago. On his label's called 432, and I had a tune called "No Man, I'm High Enough." I sampled a vocal in that tune by Diana Ross of "No Mountain High Enough." Right? So because I've sampled that bit of vocal, "No Mountain High Enough," I kind of play on words, "No man, I'm high enough." Do you know what I mean? Like John Smorkett, "No man, I'm high enough."
That's perfect. No, that's perfect.
Perfect.
People can relate to that.
Some a clever play on words, and do you know what it is?
Yeah.
A couple of
Why are you getting so excited there, Jay?
A couple of people.
Smorkett for me.
A couple of people. Is that what it was? Trigger word.
Yeah, people relate to that.
I don't do cat.
A couple of people got on the link between the No Mountain High Enough and the No Mountain High Enough and messaged me going, I like what you did there.
Yeah,
Most people
yeah.
didn't.
No,
Most people
I would have
didn't.
never known that. Like,
But for the people
clever
that
though,
did,
it's
yeah, for the
clever.
people that did, it was like, you're on the ball, mate.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. So
Yeah.
a lot of tunes
No,
just
Madam High
come
Enough.
from random fucking names. A lot of them just come from thingies. A lot of them just come from fucking, I don't know, just situations during the time. I remember I called it a mimosa the other day. That was because the weed I was smoking was called mimosa at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I call this tune mimosa. Things.
Good weed.
That's what I thought. So it's generally a current feeling
It's
or
whatever,
feeling
yeah.
or whatever.
Whatever,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I love that. Mimosa's a
The
good,
tunes
good
tend to
name.
name themselves, mate. You know what I mean? The name comes to you. You don't go looking for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They become apparent.
Yeah.
I love that though. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it
exactly,
should
mate,
be.
exactly.
Yeah. No, it's meant. So what's next then? What are you?
What next? Well, the clubs are opening back up. Hey.
Yeah. Do you reckon they are though? Like July the 19th.
I think. Listen.
What do you reckon, B? Like,
Well,
what-
after everything that's gone on, I'm very suspicious of our government at the minute, right?
To say the least.
To say the very least, mate.
Yeah.
I don't believe them anymore.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion we're being set up to fail with this thing. This whole all restrictions are gone. We're all free. I have the feeling they're just going to let us out for 2 months.
Boom.
Cases are going to rise naturally anyway, coming into autumn because obviously the virus is.
Well, you can't move for the cunt now.
It's quite seasonal. So yeah, they know the cases are rising already. Everyone's got
Yeah.
it at the minute. I think they're going to keep rising, and they're going to blame that on the lack of restrictions. Whether it was the lack of restrictions or not, who knows? But they're
It
going
would
to.
happen regardless.
I think they're
wouldn't
going to blame it on the lack of restrictions, the lack of masks, the lack of vaccine passports.
it? Do you
the
reckon
lack
we're
of
going
all
into
this.
another lockdown?
Yeah.
I reckon
don't wanna
they'll blame
say-
it on the football.
They'll blame it on everything. They'll
Yeah.
blame it on everything, right? And then come end of September, I think we'll get a good.
Look at what yous have done.
I think we'll
We
get a
let
good-
you free for a month.
Yeah.
I think we'll
Look
get a
at
good
the
2
big
month run at it, and then
Yeah.
by the end of September they're going to go. It's too much. We need restrictions. NHS is going to
I
collapse.
agree. I agree.
And I think I hope I'm wrong. And I hope I'm wrong.
hope-
And please,
yeah.
if I am wrong, get in the comments and tell me you're full of shit, Bert. You don't know what you're on about and all that, right? And I hope I am. But hope to God that we don't go back into all that. But just after everything what's happened, the way-
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's what is going on.
I keep telling myself not to let me get my hopes up because
Don't
I've done
get
it every
hopes up.
time.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
this time I feel like we're going to come out of it, and when they give us an inch, we're going to take a mile, and we'll forget about it
And
within
they're
the
going to
next
throw
few
it in our
months.
face. and
Things
they're
like
gonna-
Yeah.
you want to. They tell you right. We're all free. 19th. We're all free. So you book away and all this, and then it's like took away from you.
Listen, we're not all free until that coronavirus
Yeah.
act. When that coronavirus act, that goes, and because while they've still got that in place, at the click of a fingers, they could just
Right.
pull the rug. When that's gone, they have no longer the power to do that.
Yeah.
And I think they review that every 6 months, but every 6 month review so far, they've always extended it and extended it another 6 months. And another
Every
6
single
months.
one.
They have, haven't they?
Every
And,
single one.
They'll probably do it again because you know what these politicians like. They fucking
Yeah.
love the power and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, if it was actually going off the data and the figures and that, we should have been out in April. There was no one had it in
Easily.
April. We were out.
Easily.
We could have had a full summer here. Absolutely, it's
Yeah.
been. And now the wait until cases go back up. It's end of July, and now they're saying right, it's going to be restriction free, nothing at all. It's like, well, why didn't you just say that in April when actually no one had it and it wasn't even here
Makes you
anymore?
wonder, doesn't it? What
It
they're
makes you
actually.
Well,
wonder.
America's
Yeah.
been sound. The majority of America has been free
They've
for
got
ages.
fucking-
Yeah.
Well,
they've got
places
gigs
like
now.
Florida and that didn't even ever really lock
Nah.
down.
And the majority, the age.
The
age
America's
in
a
Florida
great
is old.
state, right? America's a great country to do the comparisons because each state does their own thing.
Yeah.
So you compare the likes of Texas and Florida, which had really relaxed lockdowns, very relaxed mask mandates and all this, as opposed to California and New York, who had super strict lockdowns, super strict policies. You had to wear a mask in the street. It was like proper strict. Them states had fared much worse
Yeah.
than Florida and Texas.
Actually let them out.
They actually let them out,
yeah.
which tells me
Is that not more because of the? No, I'm not.
no, there is different variables, of course.
Like the concentration of people.
I just think it's more. It more tells you.
Go on, Mark.
You know what I mean? Like no,
I
the
think it more-
concentration of people together.
I think it more tells you that things like lockdowns and masks aren't really that effective. It's other variables that
They
are
want to
making,
control you.
Exactly, it's other variables what are making the cases and the deaths and that go up.
Yeah.
and masks and that don't seem to be one of the variables that
Masks
affect
are
it.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's
Masks don't work.
That's
Yeah,
my
masks
point.
Masks don't work. The hole in a mask, right, is 1,000 times bigger than the size of a virus particle.
Yeah.
It's anti-science to think a mask stops you catching the virus one way or another. It's a gimmick,
Yeah.
basically. But when the fucking government have scared people after death all last year,
Yeah.
how did they get them back
Well,
out in the shops spending money?
this is-
Put a mask on. It makes
Put a mask
people,
on, yeah,
it's
it's
a sense
alright,
of,
yeah.
it's a sense of security. Makes
This
people feel
is
safe.
something that happened just the other day. So I live with my housemate. He's fully vaccinated. His mum and all that fully vaccinated. But then he was around someone that had it. So this year and a half we've had of being scared to death, he was then like, should I go and see my mum or not? And I'm like, well, if you believe what they're telling you, you're fully safe.
You're fully safe. You're vaccinated, so why would you?
Why wouldn't you?
Well,
we've been scrambled that much. That
everyone's scrambled, isn't it, mate? Exactly.
Because even now that it's rife everywhere, everyone's not bothered. But as soon as they get it, they're like, I have to isolate for 10 days. And
the psychological warfare that's been involved, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
The levels of, you're going to kill your granny, everyone stay in the house.
Yeah.
They made everyone believe that everyone else is in danger.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Well, that's what they did straight away, is that they didn't put it on you, you put it on who.
Everything's a guilt trip. You wear the mask for someone else, you do everything for someone else, you're protecting the NHS, everything is... So what that means is if you don't do it, your peers will police you.
Yeah.
Your peers will tell you off. You'll get called out on Facebook, you get called a core idiot or anti-vaxxer or conspiracy theorist. You don't want that. Do you know what I mean? So it means it gets policed itself.
Yeah.
If they do it that way. It's clever.
The government,
well, the term
scare the old ones, and then the older ones are like, you walk in Morrison's without a mask on. Guarantee you, some little divvy's gonna fucking come.
I know loads of people who just comply just because they're dead. Or they're dead. They don't like the evils. Or they don't want
what
the
about
truth,
that?
if
You don't want the vaccination, anti-vaxxer.
Anti-vaxxer? What? But when did anti-vaxxer
like,
become
how's
a bad
that
thing?
a term?
So basically, I don't want a medical procedure, which is up to me, and now I'm an anti-vaxxer, and I'm a bad person.
Just because you don't want to be.
Because I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like before this, was anti-vaxxer even a thing? Was it a bad? Was it a made? So all of a sudden, because you don't want a medical procedure, you are now a bad person, and that is what the government and the media have taught people to believe, and you get people online now, he's an anti-vaxxer and all that. People are getting angry at other people for not taking the vaccine
because they've listened to some fucking...
You know what I mean? When the vaccine doesn't stop you catching it, doesn't stop you spreading it, it stops you being seriously ill apparently from it, right? So therefore you only take that vaccine for yourself. You don't take it for anybody else. Nobody else. So if you choose not to have it, that's no one else's business. And it's medical records were always private and confidential as far as I was aware.
But they're not now.
And not now. Everyone's on your vaccine status. And they're gonna judge you for it. And then you're not going to be able to go on holiday. Or if you are going on holiday, you've got to fucking like this is the word. Amberless countries, right? If you're double vaccinated, you don't have to isolate. There is no medical science behind that at all. That is purely a coercion method. That is purely, you've had your vaccine, good boy, we'll let you out when you get back from your ambulance country, freedom, right? But if you don't, if
you don't, you have to stay in your room.
You blackmail, if you don't. Or basically, if you don't want to have it, you can't afford to go on holiday because you've got to take 10 days off work after. You've got to pay for all the fucking tests. It means your holiday just gone up by 3 or 4 grand or something.
Yeah.
A normal man can't take his family on holiday now anymore unless he gets the vaccine.
Yeah.
Get the vaccine.
You
don't have to isolate you about the ambulance country. There's no science. There's no science behind that. Yeah,
it's
good
a fact
boy.
For me, it's obviously they give you a free test. Free, what was it? Lateral flow or something. Lateral flow test is for free.
Yeah.
Right? But if you want to go on holiday, you've got to pay for your PCR test.
It's about 100 quid as well, aren't they?
Totally same test. I can imagine it's probably totally the same test. But the fact you're paying for that is totally different.
Yeah.
Why? Fuck off.
You want to go on holiday.
Yeah,
among all things,
get your jabs, be a good lad, and get your jabs. You don't have to pay for that, and you can come back and you don't have to isolate. Well done. It's like, come on. Please, someone explain the medical science behind that for me. There is none. There is none. So what is it? It's a coercion tactic. I know we all sound getting blackmailed off our government. Well, it fucking looks like it, doesn't it? A lot of people are.
Not Bertie when he's at the parades.
No, at the parade.
Yeah, no, it's fucking...
It's one of them, isn't it?
It's one of them. It's a fucking big one.
No one's experienced it in their life, so no one can fucking...
Yeah.
Move. Everyone's got their own opinions on it. But that's everyone's personal opinion.
Yeah.
People shouldn't antagonise people's personal opinion. It's our personal opinion. If you want to get it, fair enough.
At the minute, if your personal opinion doesn't fall into line, you're getting called out for it, mate. And you're not allowed a personal opinion. You're getting cancelled
by everyone.
If your personal opinion's wrong, you're getting cancelled.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad.
You have to stay in your room.
Stay in your room. But yeah, hopefully, all this bullshit's over and we're out and we're free and we do what we want and we never go back to it. But
2 things I believe is that we're going to win the Euros and that we're going to come to the end of all this in a couple of weeks.
You reckon?
How's that?
Full of shit.
Full of shit. Fucker. Watch in 2 weeks, we'll be like, fuck England, fuck the government.
Yeah, no.
Fuck the England squad.
Like I said, we're bipolar fans, man.
Fuck Sir Gareth.
Yeah. He's an idiot, man. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Sack him. He's shite.
No, I mean, we're going to win that tomorrow. So
right, go on then. Score predictions. Right, I want score predictions.
I'm going off for an off it one. I think we're just going to win 2-0.
Bertie?
2-1 England.
Mark?
2-1.
I think 1-1.
To who?
1-1.
To who,
Extra
Mark?
time.
Wait there.
England.
Wait there. He's on about Italy,
England.
yeah?
I have nothing to back my prediction
What
up.
did you say? 2-1.
Italy.
2-1.
Italy.
Fuck off. 2-1.
Fuck
Who do you reckon?
Up the Rooney!
Who do you reckon Italy's biggest threat is, Mark?
I have no idea.
Pirlo.
You said 2-1.
Picasso.
I said 2-1.
Picasso.
There we go.
Pavarotti.
yeah.
Pavarotti.
Picasso. I think Picasso was French, wasn't he?
What? 2-1.
He plays for
2-1
France,
who?
didn't he?
Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah.
2-1
This
who?
one's French, isn't it?
Gino De Campo.
2-1 who? 2-1 to Gino De Campo.
That's the. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 2-1 to England.
Right.
No idea why,
What
but
you
that's what
saying?
I'm going for.
1-1 England extra time. Maybe
Ooh.
2-3-1.
I can't be arsed with that, like.
I've got to be in bed.
Imagine
early.
when the penalties.
Nah. Could you watch it? If England got penalties, can you watch it? Yes or no? If you got your hands behind your face, can you watch it?
I don't know, mate. I can't.
Yeah, but everyone says like England are bad at penalties, but we've got different players now. So how?
No, we won
why
our
should that-
we missed one the other night.
We won our last
won.
penalty shootout.
We
Last
won.
penalty shootout against Colombia.
Yeah.
We won it.
Look at Colombia in the penalty shootout the other day.
Listen, we've got now a different type of players in our squad. We've got actually technically gifted players like we've never had before.
New England.
Look at our bench, man.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
worth
what,
hundreds of millions of quid.
I think we were saying the other day it was what,
It's
about
crazy.
400-500 million on
Yeah.
the bench.
Yeah, you got Ford and Grealish, Mount, and that were on the bench.
Yeah.
Sancho, we're all on
How
the bench.
fresh
today.
legs. You can't get fresher
Rashford
legs.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We've got
fucking
pace in
mental, mate.
abundance.
Pace to burn. We actually have the best team on paper.
Yeah, 100%.
By far.
Hands down.
Just
Hands
the
down.
Italians are little bastards and they're going to make
They
it
have
very
been,
difficult.
and they've been good, to be fair. Like they have been good.
And
They're
if-
33 games unbeaten, which is like
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah, but I think if you check England's over 3 years,
We've done all right, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done all right. We've done all right.
We've done all right, and law of averages says they've got to lose sooner or later. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That run can't go forever.
Can it fuck?
Up there, fucking England.
Come on, England! It's coming home.
It's coming home. And on that note, we'll leave it there.
On that note, I'm going home.
Up the England.
Up the Rooney.
Up the England.